Right, my jelly babies, today's story is about how my mom's lies inspired me to have one of the most exciting moments of my life. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, GenieTube. My name is Jean. Now, are you here for the very first time? Welcome and thank you. But please consider subscribing to this channel and be sure to turn on the notification bell so you do not miss a thing on this channel. Now, let's dive right into what today's topic is about. And before I tell you the full details of the story, I want to give you a quick, overview. So, growing up in my village, we did not have, we didn't have electricity or television. So the only source of entertainment at night we had was when, kids from around the neighborhood gather, in one home and listen to our parents and our, grandparents, telling us stories and, folklores and things like that. So, one evening, as, we're just experiencing this, fantastic moments of, sharing and listening to other people's story, I just randomly looked up, and then I saw a plane passing over our heads. It was really hard to miss because of the, the red flashing lights from the wings of the plane. So I got curious and I asked my mom what that was, and she was so quick to answer. So, oh, that is Elizabeth. Now, Elizabeth is how we call Elizabeth. I was like, who is Elizabeth? And she's like, okay, that is the Queen of England. And I'm like, oh, who is the Queen of England? She's like, oh, Queen Elizabeth, have you not been taught, anything about her in school and stuff like that? She's like, not yet. She's like, well, that is the most powerful woman in the whole entire world. I was like, wow, okay. And then I left it at that, okay? But guys, like, in just a space of 2 hours, it's like I saw, because after she told me that, it's like every 5 minutes I was looking up, to see if there was another plane passing. And I can tell you that in just a space of 2 hours, I saw over 5 planes passing, okay? Made me more curious, but I just left it at that for that day. And then, of course, my curiosity increased, and it's like it became a hobby to me that every few hours, every few minutes, I was, checking to see if a plane was passing. But after a couple of days, I noticed, I'm like, it can't be one person, flying over our heads every now and then. So I went back to my mom and I was like, Mom, Queen Elizabeth, why is she always in Uganda? And there are other countries she should be going to, like she's always in Uganda, and doesn't she get tired? Like, she's flying every few hours, she's flying. And my mom was like, oh, she's really busy. She's like the president of the whole entire world, so she's very busy. She's flying from one country to another. So yeah. So at this point, I still, believed my mom. I was quite young. I still believed her. But what that moment did to me, or what that actually, she told me what it did to me was, it really inspired me, because within me, I was like, oh my God, I really have to work hard at school and, probably one day get a job and be able to fly. And then if that happens, I really want to go to England. I don't care if I don't go to any other country, but I must go to England. So even, whenever I went to school, guys, I would really work hard, and in that thought always crossed my mind. Sometimes when I'm studying, I would always be like, man, like I really want to go to England when I grow up. So I remember, when I of course worked really hard, got my degree and started working, going to England obviously wasn't that easy, because it's not like just jumping on the bus and, traveling to the nearest district. No, it involves a lot of, things, processes, and so many things, right? So obviously after I started working, I I decided to travel to other places where I didn't need a visa. Okay, so before I went to England, yeah, I had been around quite a bit, but the time I got a visa to go to England, it just felt like I had never ever been to any place on this face of planet. I was really, really excited. And how I got the visa, for me, it came easily because, you know, before I got the visa, I had worked with an, you know, UK organization for so long. And also because I had got a scholarship to go and attend a conference in the UK. So obviously getting the UK visa was really, really easy for me. But I was super, super excited. But just wait to hear this. The night before I flew to England, guys, I did not sleep. I literally stayed up the whole night because I was like, yay, finally I'm going to England. And I was super, 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 super excited. For me, I think everything worked really easily because, like I said before, I, you know, made the decision to even go to England before I even got the scholarship. I had worked with a UK organization and I had made so many friends from the UK. So, you know, even when I was going there, you know, my friends in the UK, you know, organized everything for me. And, you know, they just made my trip to the UK really, really easy and fun. I remember I had somebody who already was at the airport waiting for me, you know, to pick me and take me to very, very nice home where they hosted me and things like that. And I also remember as soon as I landed at Heathrow Airport, guys, I was like, yes! Finally, the land of the Queen. Yes, England, here I am. So my friend who was already there waiting for me at the airport could see the excitement written all over my face. And I remember we went home and we had a beautiful evening. And then the following day, I was there for about a week. I attended the conference, and then after the conference, you know, I managed to travel around the cities of the UK and experience, you know, the English weather and the food and all the cultures and everything. It was such a beautiful experience. And before I flew back, I remember calling my mom, back in Africa. I was like, Mom, do you remember the story you told me when I was little? And she's like, no. So I reminded her, I told her about the story, but she had long forgotten it. I was like, well, it was good you told me that story because it really, really inspired me to work so, so hard at school and become who I am today. So guys, the reason I'm sharing this story is because that sometimes as parents, you know, what we tell our kids could either have a positive or a negative impact, you know, in their lives. Kids don't forget easily, especially when they are at a particular age. They tend to keep these things in their mind. So we really, really have to be mindful of the stories that we share, you know, with our kids. So I wonder if you've ever been told those strange lies and stories about your parents, aunties and uncles, I mean, to inspire you, and have they ended up inspiring you? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Alright, my jelly babies, if you did find this story inspiring or in any way liked it, why don't you give this video a thumbs up? And like I said before, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to my channel and be sure to turn on the notification bell so you do not miss a thing on this channel. I'll see you again in my next video. Till then, mwah.